Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Megan. If you have not been here before, thank you so much for coming. Eating my hair. Speaking of hair, I got a haircut, so we're nice and fresh over here, ready for summer. I was so nervous to get my hair like chopped. I think we took like 3 inches off, so I was nervous, but I'm loving it so far, and honestly kind of wish I went a little bit shorter, but yeah. Hope you guys are doing wonderful. I hope that you're having an amazing week, and it seems like the world is finally turning around for us, so I hope that you guys are feeling positive and happy, because I know that things are looking really up. So it is Wednesday, which means that it's time for another Okay guys, I have a new wine today and I'm excited about it. It is Bonterra Chardonnay and it is made from organic grapes. I love wines that are organic. I feel like it has less sulfates in it. It still has sulfites. I don't really know what I'm talking about, but I think I'm a Chardonnay fan. But guys, I have strayed away from white wines for a while now, so I'm not even really sure like what white wines I really love, but let's give it a shot. Let's open this bad boy up and see if I like it. I'm just gonna do a little bit. I say that every time, don't I? When are we gonna do a lot? We need to have a day where we just do a lot of it. Okay, let's try it out. This is also from Mendocino County, California, so got a California wine. Oh wow, that is like so fresh. That's nice, because I feel like the red wines are so, now I really understand the whole red wine winter thing, because red wines are just so warm and like, I don't know, just more bold, and these are like so bright and fresh, and it's cold, and it just, that's really good. So really like that. I definitely think you guys, if you like white wines, definitely try this one out. It's really good. Okay, I've been going back and forth on what to do for this video, but I have been getting a lot of questions on my story and my background and how I really got started with graphic design. So I thought it would be fun today if we talk a little bit about just how to really get your foot in the door with graphic design and what you really need to begin, if you need to go to college, if you need to take certain courses. So I wanted to share a little bit about how I got to where I am, and yeah, so let's hop right into it. I have been a graphic designer for about 6 going on 7 years now, and I am 27 years old. So I started when I was like 20-ish, but I always knew in the back of my mind that I was gonna end up doing something creative for my career, something artistic, and I just never understood or really truly knew the opportunity within the design world. I didn't even really know about graphic design, if I'm being honest. I knew it was a thing, but I didn't know that it was really like full of so many opportunities. So I was in college, I was going to college for journalism, but I knew that the journalism degree had a little bit of art involved in it because it also was considered visual communications. But I'm gonna be honest with you guys, I didn't learn anything about graphic design in college. Everything I know to this day is self-taught, but to be honest, designing wasn't something I learned in school. But it allowed me to make connections and really get opportunity to practice my designing, and I'm gonna kind of tell you guys a little bit about that, because this is how the door opened for me to become a graphic designer. So I was about a junior in college and I was part of the advertising club. I also was in a sorority, and in the sorority I knew that I wanted to help with the marketing side of things and help design the apparel, and I just wanted to get involved in that. So I had the sorority to help me really get my foot in the door in terms of like designing for real life things, but I also was in the advertising club, designed the logo for the advertising club. So if you can kind of like picture you're in college and you're really just studying journalism, but you're saying yes to all these opportunities around you, and you're just being so proactive in terms of like going to events and being part of groups and just saying yes to any opportunity you can to really practice those skills. But the number one thing I did to really teach me graphic design and to really just give me a little bit of a head start, I guess, in the industry is I actually minored in photography. So the internal temperature on my other camera, this little guy, always overheats. So I usually use that one for like the vlogging, but I had to switch cameras. So I did a photography minor, but that was probably the best decision, not knowing it was gonna be the best decision that I ever made for my career. And I say that because I was taught Photoshop. I literally got to go to class every day and just learn the shortcuts and the ins and outs of Photoshop. And even though it was all about the photos, I didn't realize that actually learning Photoshop was gonna help me later on when I wanted to do design. But I did know at the time that, okay, well, Photoshop's gonna help me make the logo for Advertising Club. It's gonna help me design my own website. There was a lot of things I wanted to do in college that everything kind of led up to perfectly, and I'm just so happy I took that minor in photography because it really opened my eyes to the Adobe programs and also just creativity in general. So I really thought I was going to go down the path of being a photographer. I really actually am still interested in that, but that was what I thought I was going to end up doing. But it was senior year of college. I was sitting in class one day and a group of guys came in. They were talking about how they're hiring a project manager, kind of like an intern position, and I always was one to say yes to opportunity, and I knew I was going to need a job after college, so I followed up with them and ended up turning into my job. So I was working for them senior year of college, and I was literally doing project management, which quickly realized it's not my kind of thing. But they actually were allowing me to kind of step into the projects for some of their clients that involved design. And that's when I really just dove deep into graphic design, and they instantly saw that this is something that kind of comes more naturally to me. So they were giving me more and more projects. So working at that agency is where I really got my foot in the door with graphic design. But what led me up to that was saying yes to opportunities in college, was taking the creative route in college, and not being afraid that artists don't make money or whatever. Like, I just always said yes to things around me and worked my way up to getting a job like this. So I worked at the marketing agency, and then they went under. So after that, I really pursued designing on my own and finding local clients. And the way I did that was posting about it on Facebook. I went on Upwork like crazy and was applying to millions of jobs like every day. I was on Fiverr. I was going on every platform I could find, but I was really just making people relate design with me, and I wanted to be known as a designer. I just wanted my personal brand to be that. So I focused on that. I was really unsure if this had any opportunity in it. I felt like maybe I should pursue something else. Maybe I should just go into personal training. I don't know. I was kind of lost at this time. But I had a lot of side clients at the time from those freelancing websites and a couple local people. So the number one thing I would say with that is, if you're on your own, you're ready to take that leap, go to local businesses, start relating your name with design on your social media platforms, and just really put yourself out there in opportunities. Go to networking events, do everything you can to just show that you are ready to work. So yeah, during that time, it was definitely a hustle and a grind, and nothing came very easily. I had to really work hard to get my first clients. But when I had them, I tried to do the best I could, and I really just showed up for them, and it was working for a while. I got a job at a corporate company and was a graphic designer there, and I was working for very minimum amount of money. I wasn't making very much, and I had no creative freedom. So I like instantly knew this is not what I want to do. I cannot sit at a desk and be told what fonts to use, what colors to use. That's not what I want to do. So I only lasted there for about 5 months. I didn't even really make it a year, but I listened to myself and I manifested, and I literally was grinding my ass off during this time. I was literally at work. I clearly remember I was at my full-time job at the corporate office, and I had my laptop open on my desk with Upwork clients while I was working full-time. I was so nervous they were gonna catch me, and I was grinding hard because I knew this is not where I want to be. I want to make a path available for me to pursue design on my own. So there comes times where you just have to like grind and balance multiple things, and if you can do it, that's awesome. If you can't, make the plan to take the leap on your own. So that's what I was doing that time, but that is when my boss reached out to me, the boss I have now, and he offered me a position to work remotely and to help him just creatively launch his businesses and help manage his websites. So it was a given. I said yes. I was so excited, and I've been working for him from home for about 5 years. But I have always managed clients on the side because it's something I love. It's like my passion, and I know that I always will have that in the back of my pocket because I've been in businesses that have failed, that have gone under. I've been in situations where things just happen, and design was always there for me. So I never let that go. It's like my little baby. I love it, and I just am amazed at how much growth has happened within the past few years. Even through a pandemic, design is always needed. So it's honestly a beautiful job position, career to go into, because you will survive pretty much anything that the world and society goes through. So that was really eye-opening for me last year. But that's a little bit about how I got into design and how I really got my first clients, how I knew this was something I wanted to do. But I would say the one thing that really made me realize the opportunity within it was the amount of clients reaching out weekly, and then it turned into daily, and then it just turned into like an insane amount of people that need help with their branding. So you guys are probably wondering, how are you getting these clients? To be honest, YouTube and just posting my designs on my social media. And like I said in the beginning, I really related my name to design. So now when people think, if they hear their uncle saying, oh, I need a graphic designer, my name will probably pop in their head. So the more consistent you relate your name to that career path, then the more people will always consider you when design projects are needed. So posting a lot, YouTube, just really putting myself out there is what got me the clients, and not stagnating. I would say that the number one thing I have always done is kind of push myself to get out of my comfort zone with design, to try different styles, to work with different clients that are completely outside of my realm. That has really helped me grow. And it all just started with saying yes as much as I could, and now I'm learning to say no. But it's an interesting path we go down as designers, and I think that if I could give one piece of advice, it would be to not second guess yourself. If you know that you have designing skills and you trust your art, don't second guess it. Just go for it. Just post your work. Don't be afraid to say yes. And the second you start second guessing everything is when your designs will become not fun anymore. And I think that the number one thing I've always done is just go for it. I try not to compare myself to any other designers. I just kind of stay in my own world, in my own bubble, and I just go for it. And I never talk negatively about myself, like I'm not good enough for that client, I'm not worth that much. I just always am positive and in my own world, and I trust my designs. I trust I can help people, and that has really helped me get far, and that's something I would always preach to people, is don't overthink it. Just go for it. And by going for it, I mean post about it. Go on Fiverr, go on Upwork, go on the platforms you need to go on, go to local events, even if you're an introvert. Do all those things and be consistent with it. Definitely be consistent with it, because it's not going to happen overnight. It actually took years for me to get to where I am, and I'm still growing and I'm still learning and I'm young. But yeah, that's a little bit about my background. I need a sip of this because that was a lot of talking. I hope that's interesting to you. I hope it helps. Like I said, my design skills were learned just by doing, and I think that a lot of us designers are visual learners. We're not really verbal learners or reading learners. I think that the best thing to do is just go on to Illustrator, go on to Photoshop, and just do it, and like try new things, hit buttons, just have no fear with it, and teach yourself how to do everything on there, because that's the only way you're gonna learn, and that's the only way you're gonna get better. I really don't recommend reading online about it. Like, you can definitely search things that you're interested in, but the best way to learn is just doing it. Go for it, don't overthink it, and beautiful things will happen, and you'll grow really fast. And there's so much opportunity within design. There's room for everyone in this field, in my opinion. Everyone has such unique styles. So yeah, I hope that was interesting. I hope that helped any of you. If you're maybe thinking about going to college, highly recommend going, because it will open up opportunities and doors for you to meet people, but also to practice just business skills in general. So I hope that helped. Let me know if you guys have any questions about it. If you found that interesting, I would appreciate it so much. If you gave it a thumbs up, subscribe down below, and I will see you guys in my next video. Thanks for watching.